All right, number 10 says, Nathan and Austin estimated that they have 1,600 marbles together. Okay, so this is how many marbles they have together. How many marbles might each of them have? Okay, so if they have 1,600 together, we're going to have to look at these numbers and we're going to round them, or we're going to estimate, I should say, to the nearest hundred. So 973, is that closer to 900 or 1,000? Right, it's closer to 1,000. So we're going to say that's 1,000. In 602, is that closer to 600 or 700? You're right, it's closer to 600. So we're going to leave that like that. Then we're going to look at choice B. Nathan has 1,098 marbles, and Austin has 704 marbles. Is 1,098 closer to 1,000, or is it closer to 2,000? It's closer to 1,000. Plus, is 704 closer to 700 or 600? It's closer to 700. 725, closer to 700 or 800? It's closer to 700. 784, closer to 700 or 800? It's closer to 800. Then 895, is that closer to 800 or 900? You're right, it's closer to 900. In 913, closer to 900 or 1,000? Correct, closer to 900. So when I add these all up, okay, when I go ahead and actually add these all up, I'm going to see which answer here is going to get me to 1,600. And then that's the answer choice that I am going to choose, okay? Question 11. A grocery store orders 32 cases of cereal. 32. There are 6 boxes of cereal in each case. So we know that's going to be 32 times 6. Which expression can be used to find the total number of cereal boxes? Well, if we split it up, tens and ones, we know we're going to have 6 times 2 ones, and we're going to have 6 times 3 tens, which is actually 6 times 30. So you're going to have to look here and see which one of these has 6 times 2 and 6 times 30. Question 12 says, which of the following has a value of 2,670? 2,667 tens. Well, we know that we would have to regroup here because 2,600s, we can't have that. If 10 hundreds equals 1,000, we're not going to have 2,600s. And if 10 tens equals 110, we're not going to have 67 tens. So we have to do some regrouping. And this is how I want you to do it. 2,600s. 2,600s. Well, when we think about hundreds, we know that hundreds is going to have 2 zeros. So I'm going to take this 26 and I'm going to tack 2 zeros on the end of it for hundreds. And we know that tens is going to have 1 zero. So I'm going to take this 67 and I'm going to put 1 zero on the end of it. I'm going to add them up. So when I add them up, I'm going to have 2,600 plus 670, and I'm going to see if that equals 2,670. And I'm going to do the same thing for B, C, and D. 2,600s, 2, 6, and add my 2 zeros for my hundreds, plus 70 tens, plus 70 tens. So that would just be adding my 1 0. That would just be adding the 1 0 for 70 tens. So here's my 70. And then I add my 0 for my tens. And then I'm going to go ahead and add those two numbers up. 2,600 plus 700. And I will see if it equals 2,670. I'm going to do the same thing for C and D. 20 hundreds, here's my 20. Now I'm going to add my 2 zeros for my hundreds, plus 7 tens. I'm going to add my 7, and then I'm going to add my 0 for my tens. I'm going to add them up, 2,000 plus 70. And then I'm going to go down here and do the same thing, 1800s. Here's my 18. I'm going to put my 2 zeros on it to equal 1800s, plus 87. Add my 0 to make it tens, 87 tens. And then again, I do 1800 plus 870. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to figure out which one of these answer choices equals 2,670. Okay? Number 13. Donnell was playing a video game and earned some points. He earned some points. We're not sure how many. Okay? He earned 3,965 points. Okay, so it does tell us how many he earned. Now he has 50,021 points. How many points did he start with? Okay, so he started with something. He earned 38,965 points. Now he has 50,021 points. How many points did he start with? How many points did he start with? Well, I'm going to have to take these two numbers and I'm going to have to find the difference between them to get what he started with. So I'm going to have to take 50,021 and I'm going to have to subtract what he earned, 38,965. And that is what is going to give me this answer. Question 14. Which two equations could be used to help find 6 times 17? Well, 17 times 6. If I put it in a place value chart, I have my tens and my ones. So I know that I have 6 times 7 ones, and I know that I have 6 times 1 10. Okay? So you're going to have to see which one of those makes the most sense. Question 15. Question 15. Which of the following also shows 2,302? So 2,302. So you're going to have to look at this and figure out which one of those shows 2,302. Question 16. A card factory has a goal to package 2,000 cards on Monday. So that's what they want to package. During the first 2 hours, 717 cards were packaged. During the next 2 hours, 559 cards were packaged. How many more cards? How many more? Always subtraction. How many more cards will the card factory need to package to meet their goal? Well, this is a two-part question. You're first going to have to add up how many they already packaged. Okay, so when you add that number up, okay, when you add that number up, and I'll do that one for you. Okay, I'll do that one for you. You're going to get 1,276. You need to then take that number, okay, you need to then take that number and subtract it from their goal. Their goal was 2,000. So you're going to take 1,276 and you're going to subtract it from 2,000, okay? And then you're going to find out whatever answer this is. You're going to find out, is it between 100 and 200, between 700 and 800, and so on and so forth. Number 17. look at the number below, okay? It is 12,531, okay? And we're looking at the 5. Which number down here has a 5 that is 10 times greater than the underlined digit? Well, if this 5 is in the hundreds place and we're looking for something 10 times greater, we need to find a 5 that's in the thousands place. So you're going to have to look at each one of these answer choices to figure out which 5 is in the thousands place. Okay? Question 18. Which number sentence is true? Which number sentence is true? So this is where you're going to have to line your place values up. 71,436 is less than 17,634. Well, if you line them up, you'll be able to spot the difference. Okay, you'll be able to spot the difference and tell. So what I mean by that is 71,436, 17,634. If I line my place values up, I'm going to be able to spot my first difference. And I see it right here. This 7 in 71,000 is greater than that 1 in 17,000. So this sign should actually be like this. So I know that that cannot be the right answer choice. And you're going to have to line them up for each problem to figure out which number sentence is true. Number 19. When rounding to the nearest hundred, Ciara estimated that the number of students enrolled in her school would be 1,700. Which of the following could be the actual number of students enrolled in Ciara's school? She rounded to the nearest hundred. Okay, so she rounded to this place value, which meant she needed to look at this one. She needed to look at the tens. So I need to find a digit somewhere in the tens place value that made that 7 stay the same, or made it go from a 6 to a 7. So if I look at the tens place value, does that 9 change that 6 into a 7? It does, but that would only be 700. So that can't be right. Looking at the tens place value. What does that 1 tell that 6 to do? It tells it to stay the same. It tells it to stay the same. So that would be 1,600. I'm looking for 1,700, so that can't be right. All right, keep working your way through. Number 20. Jack and Ling wrote 2 different numbers using the same digits. Jake's number is 24,365. 24,365. Ling's number is 52,634. See how I lined my place values up? Which statement about Jack and Ling's number is true? Okay, so this is Jake's. I keep saying Jack's. This is Ling's. Okay, let's see which statement is true. The 4 in Ling's number, here's Ling's number, is 10 times less than the 4 in Jake's number. Well, they are more than 1 jump away, and 1 jump equals 10. So I know that that cannot be right. The 2 in both numbers has the same value. Well, the 2 in Jake's number is in the 10,000s place, and the 2 in Ling's number is in the thousands place. So I know that can't be right. All right, and keep looking at C and D to see if you can figure it out. Question 21. In 2017 to 2018, there were 75,639 elementary schools enrolled in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. Which shows this number in standard form? So what they want you to do is they want you to actually find this number written in standard form somewhere down there. So if it starts with 75,000 and you see 57,000 here, you already know that's not an option. Okay, 75,600. So now I'm looking for a 6 in the hundreds place. If I don't see a 6 in the hundreds place, it cannot be right. Okay, keep working.